Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be going over the markets just as normal. We'll be looking at the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to tell you one altcoin that's probably going to go up by about 100% in the next 14 to 21 days if you're willing to hold on. So there's a couple of coins like that actually, there's a couple of projects like that. Bitcoin, obviously if Bitcoin stays stable or continues to go up, I think this coin is going to go up 100% over the next 14 to 21 days. So well worth investing in it and holding it for 14 to 21 days. Although it can be frustrating at times, and you'll know if you're in the premium group, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. First, before we start, if you could go down to the like button and crush those likes, that would be fantastic. It does help the channel. The channel is growing a couple a day, which is okay, which is cool, because I get to chat to every single person on the channel, in the chat room. And I'm sorry I missed Natasha Sakamoto. There was a message yesterday, I seen it after I kind of ended the live, saying I missed your comment. So if you're watching just now, Natasha, I do apologise. I'll try and get to all the comments. Well, I'll try and get to all the comments. Obviously, I can't answer every single one, but I'm trying to get to and shout out everybody who's in the group as well. As well, I don't know if you are, I watched, we were kind of chilling out yesterday because we had on Sunday night, it was a bank holiday yesterday. So I was kind of chilling out yesterday evening with my wife, and we're just kind of flicking through the movie channel, watching a movie. We watched this movie and it's called I Can Only Imagine. And it's a kind of religious, kind of Christian movie, and I'm not religious at all. If anybody knows me, you know I'm not religious. But this was a very inspiring movie. If you like inspiring movies, I would recommend that film, I Can Only Imagine. Very, very good. It was really good. It's not a brilliant movie. It's definitely a kind of chill out movie. It's not one you go to the movies to pay and go and see, but definitely a chill out movie. So if you want to watch that, I Can Only Imagine. It's a kind of story of a kind of Christian singer who wrote this kind of song called I Can Only Imagine. And it was just such a really good story. I recommend it. So that's what we were doing yesterday. We were kind of chilling out in the evening, working yesterday obviously during the day, but kind of chilled out. I was working for half a day yesterday because it was a bank holiday, and chilled out with my wife yesterday because we were out on Sunday night recovering. So recovering yesterday as well. Okay, enough of my chit chat. I'm going to jump over to the chat area and see if we've got anybody in. We have. So I'm just going to dive over and I'll change cameras. Okay, excellent. So who do we have in? I need to get my glasses on. Keg is in the house this morning, first one in. Good to see you here. And Richard Cooper is in, Gareth Mabet, Christian 80. Keg, thank you very much for the $2 donation. Really appreciate it, mate. Vin is in the house. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, our very own Jimbo, one of our brilliant admins, is in, and somebody who's got his own channel as well and playing about with the kind of YouTube channel. So definitely go and check that out with the same name, Crypto Knowledge Alliance. The kind of technical analysis he does is really, really good. So definitely check him out. Worth definitely watching. Pascal Amsterdam is in. Oh, Bramblebert is in. Andreas, Sean Dubs, Crypto Don Wan is in. Good morning to you. James Oklahoma, one of our brilliant admins as well, is in this morning. Good to see you here, buddy. Saying crush those likes. Nicky Sheldrake, Mervyn Skidmore, Mitch Dieter, Cal45, Gino Dal, Stephen King, Natasha Sakamoto. So I do apologise for yesterday. Axel, top of the morning to you, Steve. Natasha saying all good, thanks. Excellent. Axel is in. Debbie Claydon, Crypto Cannabis, David Schwartz. James Oklahoma is a great movie. It is a good movie, and as I said, I'm not religious at all, but that was an inspiring movie. I love kind of inspirational movies like that. Yesterday was Memorial Day for USA. Of course it was. Yeah, I forgot about that. High Points Drifter, hello to you. Crypto Knowledge, thank you very much, sir. Likes crushed. My pleasure. Mervyn Skidmore, other camera makes you look like Chuck Norris, or it could be the shirt. Chuck Norris. I don't know if I'll take that as a compliment. Well, if I could fight like him, it would be cool. Right, okay, what's happening in the crypto world? We've got crypto bubbles. It's looking, this is in the 1 hour. It was all red before, but it's turning green now. So it's looking good. Link is up. And ZEC is going up. And I noticed that, what was I looking at this morning as well? Oh, bugger, where was it? Bugger. Now I'm going to have to find it. Nope. Coin Trends, that was it. So I'm on Coin Trends, and I noticed ZEC has got the top 10 mentions on Twitter over the last kind of hour. I'm just going to refresh that. And anything you can use to give you an advantage in the crypto world is going to be good. Coin Trends is actually okay. I'm not paying a premium for it just yet, but it gives you the top 10 mentions. So who's at Bitcoin, obviously, is always going to be at the top. Ethereum, XRP, BTT, LTC, HOT, TRX, EOS, ZEC, and BCH. That's over the last hour. So ZEC was there as well. We just kind of made me look at it as well. EOS has jumped, called out in the premium group as well, and it's jumped up 25% since it called out in the premium. I think it was about 80,000. I called it, did get up to 105,000 or something, and I think it's still got higher to go on the back of this kind of announcement on the 1st of June coming out. And virtual reality, will know, he's been talking about it quite a lot, virtual reality in the premium group. An awful lot, actually, not just quite a lot, but an awful lot. So that's Coin Trends. So again, it just gives you top 10 mentions, and they're worth kind of looking at. BTT, a lot of people are talking about that, obviously, thinking it might go up as well, and it's already went up 100%. So that's why I want to talk about this kind of coin that could go up 100% over the next 14 days as well. Partly because of BTT as well, and we'll look at that in a little second. But this is Crypto Bubbles, mostly in the green over the last hour, but the previous hour it was all red, and most of it was red. But it's looking much greener today, which is good, or this hour. We'll look over the last 24 hours. You can see it's much better, much greener. EOS up 13%, Solve 8.5%, Max and Mine up 15.6%, ZEC 11.6%, Ardor, looked at that yesterday, didn't call it, but I was going to call it, up 8.1%, and Zin is up 6% as well. So that's it on Crypto Bubbles. VET should be another one, it should be 100% soon as well. Okay, so we'll go to the markets, we'll just refresh that. Overall, where are we? $272 billion market capitalization, which is fantastic. Bitcoin dominance 56.8%. Bitcoin itself just gone back up. It did take a wee stroll down the 8,600 path, but it's now on the 8,700 path again, and we're up to 8,718. We'll take a look at the Bitcoin chart in a second. Change over the last 24 hours. Maximum we just seen. EOS is up 13. Zcash, Bittron, all in double-digit greens. In the reds, we've got Theta Fuel, Insight, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Aeon, Factum, Ravencoin, Crypto.com, Chain, CRO, all down in the red, and there's about 25% in the red and the other 75% in the green. Okay, we'll look at every single cryptocurrency now. We've now got 2,208 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap. At the top, we have Starter Coin. I'm just going to see if that has changed over the last hour. I kind of put that up an hour ago. Yeah, I'd need to refresh it. But I've got Starter Coin on 51,000 volume, up 1,000%, basically 10x. So it's went from a 63,000 market capitalization up to 633,000. And it's still going up just now. In fact, I'm going to refresh that just now and just go views all. I'm going to put the volume at 10,000, and I'll just wait a wee second for that. Always takes a wee bit to load, but I think it's going to be worth it. Just look at this. Just waiting for the cash. So it does take a wee bit to load, but once it loads, we should be able to get this and click on the 24-hour mark. I'll just see. It'll just take a wee bit to load. Obviously, there's so much. There's 2,208 to kind of go through on the back end. So it's not just my computer. It does this on CoinMarketCap. I'll go back to it, hopefully. Okay, so just go to CoinMarketCap again and see what we're doing here. 272 billion is going up again, so Bitcoin is going up to 8,725. I'll just get back to this, see if it's going to give us it. Okay, it's still the same anyway. Starter Coin up 1,345%, 13x has gone up. 13x. So you can see it was 630 million. It's now gone up to 781,000 market cap. 683,000 it was before, 633,000. So it's gone up again. So it might be worth looking at that. But since it's went up 13x, I don't think I would get in just now, even if it was a good one. Not at the moment, you'd wait on a pullback if it was a good one. Tribe token up 143%. Well Trado is up 117% on 16,000 volume. Altza is up 115% again. That was kind of featured yesterday or the day before. And that's on 787,000 volume. Aeon is up 105% as well, which is fantastic, on 500,000 volume. Hempcoin, I think the kind of cannabis coins are going to do well. Hempcoin is up 87%, market cap 1.6 billion. I think they could do well, the cannabis coins. Obviously, with more and more states going to legalize cannabis, I think is the hemp coins or the cannabis coins are going to do well, but depends on how they're kind of being used, obviously, as well. Okay, so that's overall. We'll just go back to chat area just now before we look at the BTC chart. Who else do we have in? I think that's it. A second, it was still live. We've got 59 watching just now. If you're watching just now, I don't know if this has been. Just going to try this again. Yeah, I thought it kind of stalled there. Marcus Jafari is in. Gino Dow, BTT in 25th place. Coin market, yeah, and it could go higher than that as well. James is in. Good morning to you. Bernard Ronald is in. Good morning to you. El Nino NMG. Benton Taylor is in as well. Good to see you here. Okay, so look at the Bitcoin chart. What is happening just now is 8,720. It did take a wee stroll down to 8,661, but it looks as if it's going back up again. Yesterday, it did get up to 8,918, and again came back down again, but I still think we're going to break that 9,000. I thought it was going to be yesterday. It didn't quite get there. Just a couple of dollars off the 9,000 mark, but I think we should get there. Certainly this week it's going to break 9,000, or hoping it's going to break 9,000, unless it just takes a big dive down. So hopefully it's going to break the 9,000 mark as well, and hopefully it's going to be today as well. We don't want it going up too quick. If we get a big kind of flag like this, a flagpole like this, then that's just a wee bit too quick. That's gone up $800 in the space of an hour. We don't want it going up like that all the time, because that just brings down the alts very, very quickly, and that kind of depresses the market. If it stabilizes like this, it's in a wee kind of channel over the last few hours just now. If it stabilizes like this and just creeps up, then that's good for the alts, and it's good for BTC, and it's good for the whole cryptosphere as a whole. Okay, so just look who's doing well on Binance just now. AST, AirSwap jumped up as well on the kind of hourly. You can see that crossing over there, but it just jumped up very, very quickly. You'd really have to catch it on the 15 minutes. So if you caught it on the 15 minutes, it crossed over on the 15 minutes at 549, went all the way up to 743 for nearly 50%, 35%. So it might still have a way to go, but that's on a 15-minute chart. I don't think you'd have been trading on a 15-minute chart. On the hourly chart, crossed over very quickly, so I might not have been able to catch it. Look in the 4 hours for AST, just crossing over just now. So still a way to go for AST possibly. HOT is up as well. That crossed over way back at 18 Satoshi. Now up to 26. Called it at 25. I still think it's going to double as well. Not in the next 10 days or anything, but it could double quite quickly as well. BCPT, that's gone back up as well. So we'll look where it crossed, and this is from the crossover. It kind of hit the 78.6% level on the Fibonacci retracement, and that's starting from the crossover. If we kind of pulled it down from the bottom, the swing low, we're nearly at the 61.8% level for that. We're very close to it when it decided to kind of turn back up. So that might be heading back up where it is just now. ZEC we've seen was kind of moving. That's jumped up over the last couple of hours. Just looking at the hourly, go down. We'd have caught the crossover on the hourly if we were trading on the hourly. We'd have caught that quite nicely actually at around about 80,000. And from 80,000, we'll just leave that. 80,000 the crossover could have had a good 15% at the top. Obviously, you're never going to catch the top all the time. Fetch AI is going up. Now, I don't know if what I'm thinking here is Fetch AI, Seller, and Matic could go up on the back of the Harmony launch. So Harmony launch is out today, and I'll find out if I've won any lottery tickets actually in 14 minutes. So I've got 5 lottery tickets, and I should find out in 14 minutes. We'll just go to, and as I said, even if I get one lottery ticket, it's only $300 worth of Harmony. So we've got 12 minutes left, 12 minutes and 50 seconds left, and then we'll find out the lottery results for that, and I should find out if I've won any tickets for it. If not, what's going to happen with this is the lottery will end, and probably judging by the previous IEOs that they've had on Launchpad, they'll probably release Harmony token, which is a 1 ticker symbol. That's going to be kind of released probably tomorrow. So it'll be on the exchange from tomorrow to actually trade. Now, what's going to happen with it? I would imagine normally if we kind of look back and we go to Fetch AI, for example, and look back at the kind of history, we'll go back to the daily. Look back. Normally, what happens is it kind of drops down kind of straight away. It did go down to 7,131, and goes up, and then it comes down for a couple of days. Well, a lot of days there, for a few weeks, and 1542 it got to, and then kind of went up 4,335, come back down, and I think obviously with Fetch AI it's looking good to go back up again. So we can see a similar pattern across most of the IEOs that have come out on Binance. Certainly you can see obviously it's high at the very beginning, but it just kind of comes right down. At 620, goes down, 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 and it's kind of at 158 just now. And we'll go with Matic as well. Matic was different. It kind of went up, obviously, came back down. It went down to about 53, but it was up to start with. There wasn't this big, huge candle to start with, and then it kind of went up and 10x'd from there. Now, are we going to get the same with Harmony? I think what's going to happen with Harmony, because what happened with Matic, a lot of people are going to be jumping in from the very beginning. So I don't see this happening. I don't see this kind of going from kind of a high number, say 150 Satoshi, all the way down to 50. I think it could go from 100, 150, then up to 200, and it'll keep on going and then come back down. That's what I'm expecting to happen, purely because of the Matic launch. And everybody's looking for another Matic to happen. I don't think Harmony is quite as good as Matic, although they do different things. I think a lot of people are going to FOMO in on Harmony. And so we'll see what happens there when it gets released tomorrow. But that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to go up as soon as it hits the exchange. A lot of people are going to be buying as soon as it hits the exchange. And I think it'll go up and then it'll start coming down. So I don't think it'll go up a wee bit, then come down for the next few weeks, like the others have, and then go up. I think it'll just go up straight away and then come down. So it'll be a kind of reversal of it. That's my thoughts on it. Just wondering what your thoughts are. Reggie1674 is in. Gary Stewart, a 10k BTC would be good, but slow and steady growth is good. Yes, slow and steady growth is good, and the organic growth, not the kind of whale growth that we've seen when it jumped up $800. Although it was still good. I hope EOS goes over the $10. I'm buying the rumours and selling the news. It's been great so far. Yeah, so EOS is looking really good just now. 1 second. Just have a wee look at that. 9086. We'll go to EOS USD. What people are talking about, the dollar value. $7.94. Crossed over there. This is on the daily. crossover at 257. So you could have had on the dollar value, because Bitcoin's gone up, 220% already. Now, has it got much more to go? That is the question for EOS, and that's why I've never really looked at it, because the all-time high is $23 there, and same with kind of the BTC value, Satoshi value as well, but the all-time high is $23. It's at $7.94 just now, and so it's only, you could get another 3x from here, and it reaches its all-time high. With other coins, you can go 9x, 11x, 13x, 15x to get to its all-time high, but EOS is kind of slightly different. So they've got this big announcement coming out on the 1st of June, and I think it'll rise because of that and then fall back down, and then depending on what the news is, probably go back up again. But it has to be really good news, or there's going to be a lot of pissed off people out there. Lawrence Matthews is in the house. Welcome to you. STE25 is in. Your thought on HOT? I think that's from Mitch Dieter. I think HOT is going to go back up. We'll go up to HOT. Where is HOT just now? 27. Yep. I think HOT is crossing over on a daily, which is not done since the 7th of January 2019. So it's crossed over on a daily. I noticed that this morning. I didn't call it because I've already called it. I've called it in the premium group. I called it 25 Satoshi or 26. Can't remember, 25 or 26. I called it at. I'm just going to check actually. HOT called it 25. It did go to 29 before coming down. So these are the calls. I've not updated this. These are the calls so far in May. So 41% is the average gain in May. And just on that note as well, if you want to join the premium group, we're closing the doors in 3 days' time. So once we close the doors, you cannot become a member of the premium group. So we're closing the doors to new members on the 31st of May at kind of midnight on the 31st of May. So you can still get in. You've got 3 days to get in. And once we close it, it's going to be closed for 2 months. Then we're going to reopen it with a relaunch. I'm going to relaunch the premium program in July. And it's going to be a different pricing structure altogether. It's going to be more expensive, but I still think it's well worth it. And somebody kind of came out and said they'd made, I can't remember how much they'd made, but it was about a couple of $1,000s with a couple of calls. So that would have paid for your kind of premium membership for the next 10 years or something like that, or next 5 years. So it's well worth it, and it's going to be well worth it in July as well. But if you want to lock in the prices for just now, for today's prices, you can get in within the next 3 days. These are the calls in May. We're up 41% on average for the month, and you can see these are the calls here. We called EOS as well. Where did we call that? Called that on the 25th of May. It was only 3 days ago. When it crossed over, 25% up, 26% for PivX, 16% for HOT. Still think HOT is going to go up more over the next couple of weeks as well. 225% for TNT. We called Seller as well. Called PundyX as well, and we called Matic at 64 and it got up to 573, which is 795%. But if we take out Matic, because that's going to skew the results, even if we take that out, delete that row, we're still 22% on average for all the calls. But we'll put that back in because it was a legitimate call, and you can check all these if you want. So you can join the premium group, and that'll be fantastic within the next 3 days. So it's going to be closing in about 3.5 days' time. So if you want to join that. But HOT, well, you're looking at HOT there just now. Yes, I think HOT is still going to go up. 27. Look at the kind of order books as well, which is not a brilliant indication, but gives you kind of an idea where people's headspace is at. 26. Satoshi to buy, 294 million. 27 Satoshi to sell, 238 million. I think that price is going to come down. More and more people are going to be buying at 27. I think it's going to be over 30 probably this week. Possibly get up to 40, 45, near 50 if BTC behaves itself. But I think it's only a matter of time for HOT. I think that is definitely another doubler as well. Okay, what is the coin that is going to double within the next 14 days? So if you want to put your comments in the comment area just now, in the chat area, even if you've not kind of made a comment just now, what do you think the coin is that is going to double within the next 14 days on Binance? So this is on Binance. So the coin is going to double. Let me know your thoughts in the chat area just now. and you can guess what it's going to be. Then we'll take a quick look at it to tell you what I think is going to double within the next 14 days. I'm almost certain it's going to double unless Bitcoin takes a big dive. So let me know in the comments what do you think it will be. BNB will double. BTT, Gino Dahl is saying, Studio 10 saying BNB. Olo Bramblebur says GoPundi. So any more thoughts? Let me know what you think is going to double. Matic will double. Pascal Amsterdam. These are all good ones as well. And I think they all could double. LTC, David Swartz. Up to 200. I think that could. But we'll not look at that. I just want to know your thoughts on what is going to double on Binance. Probably Harmony, most likely. Yeah, I would imagine Harmony will double. But it's not that. It's one that's on just now. There's one. Well, I think Harmony will double. I think it'll more than that, more than double. But it's not that one because it's the ones that are on exchanges now. XRP, that would be good if that doubled. TRX, maybe BAB. That's not on Binance, so it's a Binance coin. It's a Binance coin. Well, it's one that's on. It's a project that's on Binance. It's not a Binance coin. A couple more maybe. We think what one is going to double. Okay, we'll just look at it just now. And this is the one I think is going to go up by 100% in the next 14 days. A couple of people have got it already. And it is PundiX. I think this is going to double in the next 14 days for a number of reasons, but there's a number of reasons it might not as well straight away. So it's at 11 Satoshi. You can buy 11 Satoshi just now. You could put an order in for 10 Satoshi. We'll just see where it is just now. PundiX. So yeah, 10 Satoshi to buy. There's 3 billion tokens to buy, which is 312 Bitcoin worth. And there is 1.5 billion to sell at 11 Satoshi. So you could buy 11 Satoshi just now. If you put an order in for 10 Satoshi, you might get it. But I don't know if you will get it 10 Satoshi. I kind of called it before at 10 Satoshi. But I don't know if you'll get it. I put an order in to get it 11 Satoshi and possibly sell at 12 and then get back in again because I think it's going to double and just hold it. So that's my position on it just now. Oh, where are we? Is it? But I'm just going to wait and see what happens, and I might cancel the order to kind of sell at 12. But even getting kind of 10, 12% is really good, or getting the 9 to 10% would be good, a good trade just now. So I think this is going to double within the next 14 days. But what is going to stop it from rising right today or in the next couple of days is going to be the kind of airdrop. So it's going to be the last airdrop. You know they've been doing the airdrops, the bigger airdrops over the last 3 months. June is going to be the last airdrop, and it's going to be June the 4th. So a couple of days' time, they're going to release another 25 billion tokens into the circulating supply. However, that'll be it. That'll be the last airdrop for PundiX ever. And then what's going to happen after that? There's going to be a coin burn. There's going to be a token burn in July, which is going to be about, I think it's 10 to 15 million or 15 to 20 million, a billion, sorry, 15 to 20 billion. And that'll be off the total supply. And then it'll just be future coin burns in future because of kind of transactions and things like that as well. That'll be kind of small, I would imagine. But there will be future coin burns as well. That is what's going to make it go up. And I think in anticipation of all that happening, I think it could start to rise from just now. When the airdrop happens on the 4th of June, you're probably going to get a lot of people dumping, which would be crazy, to be honest. Depends on how many you get, obviously. But you're probably going to get a lot of people dumping, so it might come back down again to maybe 10, 11 Satoshi, but it's riskier to think that that might happen. So it's risky to think that. I think it's going to start rising from today onwards. And I think it could go up to 20, then up to 30, and then kind of looking forward, if we're looking in kind of 6 weeks' time, we could get into the mid-20s, 30s range. For PundiX, it's a quality kind of project. It's making money. It's got a product. It's got a good use case. Been saying it for months and months and months. Can't understand why. But it might be that the ending of the airdrops might just kind of skyrocket this as to where it should be. Now, just now, PundiX is still sitting high. Just now in CoinMarketCap. Look at where it is just now, 43 still. It's ranked. So to double, it goes up to 400 million market cap if it doubles. So where would 400 million put it? 400 million puts it round about 30, 29, 30 region. So I think it's going to be a top 30 coin. It could, if it kind of doubled, if it kind of went up 200%, could go up to 600, and then we're talking number 23 or something like that. So I think it could actually happen, and I think it's going to go up at least 100%. I think in the next 14 to 21 days, I'd say 14 to 21 days, but I'm going to say the next 14 days just now. So 15.24 as opposed to 31.33. Yeah, and I think that could happen. But what you might want to do, you might want to just keep an eye on the order book, and then once the order book gets down to about 200 million, let's say 1.5 million, then you can safely say, okay, I can get in at 11, and if you need to get out, you probably get out at 11 as well. So you could do it that way as well, if that makes sense. So that's the one I think is going to jump up. However, having said that, if we take a look at Dent, so exactly the same has happened with Dent as well. Dent has got a product out on the marketplace. It's making money just now. It's got a good use case as well. And that has went from 11 Satoshi and kind of went up to 21, nearly 100%. And it's going to get to 100% as well. It's crossed over on the daily. That's going to go up as well. So that's happened to Dent. So another low Satoshi value one, it was 11 Satoshi. Exactly the same has happened with BTT. It was at 10 Satoshi or 9. You could have bought it for 10. You might have, if you're lucky, getting at 9, and that kind of went up 100%. So it's happened with BTT, it's happened with Dent. Encash, that's nothing really happened with that as well, and I expect that to be another doubler quite soon as well, although the kind of fundamentals on that are a wee bit different as well, so I'm not as kind of bullish on Encash. Hot, I'm very bullish on that, and I think that's going to go up 100% very soon as well, not within the next 14 days. It could do, but I don't expect it to go up 100% in the next couple of days. But I do expect this to go up 100% very soon as well, so I think that's a safe one to hold. Seacoin, not so sure about. Key, not so sure. MFT I like better for 100%er. Storm I like as well. TNB, I think that's going to go up 100% as well. Poet, I don't know if that is going to go up 100%. It probably will longer term. And we're talking about all the coins under 100 Satoshi. Fun, I think, is going to go up 100%. VET is definitely going to go up 100% as well. Not within 14 days, but I think it's going to go up. All the low Satoshi value coins, they're going to go up 100%. If that's all you did for the next couple of months is bought these, you're going to get 100% return on your investment. But that's not financial advice. Do your own research. Put your big boy, big girl pants on. I'm not your dad or anything like that. Just do your own research. But all these coins, in my opinion, are going to go up 100%. And what would be fantastic if you could compound on this. So for example, if you got in a BTT when it was 9 Satoshi and went up 100%, you put all the profits and what you had before into PundiX. If that goes up 100%, you put all the profits into the next one, say Hot, and then you do the same if it kind of rolled over like that. And within kind of 7 or 8 trades, you're a millionaire. Literally, it depends on how much you started with. It sounds impossible, but if you think about it and look at the compound, the miracle of compounding, which is amazing, amazing, amazing. I showed you the chart for that as well. In fact, it'd be good to see the we call it 3 to 6 strategy. So I'm going to see, if you started, say, with $10,000, how many trades it would be if you doubled up with 100%. It's always interesting. I love kind of looking at figures. So I like looking at this and just seeing what would happen. So this is called the 3 to 6 millionaire crypto ladder, and this is about the miracle of compounding. Love this. So go to 100% gains. If you started off with 10,000, it would only take you 7 trades to get to 1.2 million. If you got 100% on each. So it could actually do that, depending on how it works out. So if you started off with PundiX, then you go into Dent, then you go into BTT, then Hot, then possibly MFT, then TNB, then Fun, then VET, and they kind of all done it just one after the other, say 14 days after each other. You've got $1 million if you start off with 10,000. So it would be pretty fantastic. But even if you start off with 1,000, I'm not saying you have to start with 10,000. If you start off with 1,000, after 7 trades, you've got 128,000. That is a miracle of compounding. But the likelihood of that happening, you get 100% gains. Well, actually now, it could happen. It's more likely to happen now than it would have been to happen like a year ago. It's more likely to happen now. But the likelihood is probably that they'll all go up at the same time. So PundiX will go up, Dent will go up, BTT, Hot, Storm, MFT, TNB, they'll all go up kind of roughly the same time. However, having said that, Dent has already went up. I think BTT went first, Dent went second, Hot around about the same time. PundiX could be the fourth one. So I think it is possible. It really is possible. Anyway, that's my prediction for the next 14 days for PundiX. But we'll have to be aware of this airdrop that's going to be happening on the 4th of June. But it's going to be the last one. And from then, after that, we could see a big spike in PundiX. But you might want to wait until after that to get in, because it might drop to 9-10 Satoshi again. But my feeling is we're going to have a run up before then. Ferris Alcacid is in. Welcome to you. I bought EOS at 175. Excellent, well done. That's a 4xer for you. Andreas saying PundiX correctly guessed. Studio 10, it takes a very long time for the order to go through on Pundi. Most of the time it doesn't. Yeah, it depends. If you're trying to get a 10 Satoshi just now, it'll take ages because you might never get it. It might never be fulfilled. But if you buy 11 Satoshi, the order will just go through straight away. Honest Crypto Journey, as per previous comment, I think XRP is going to go up as well, and we're going to look at XRP. Ferris, yeah, bought 8,700 EOS at 180 in December. Happy days. Excellent. That's brilliant. James Oklahoma, still holding Dent from 24. Excellent. I think you're going to be happy then, James, because Dent looks as if it is going to double. Not double within the next couple of weeks, but I think you're going to get up to the 24 mark. We've got this cup and handle just about to form. So once it gets to 24 or 25, it'll come back down a wee bit up to 22. Then it'll go up to the 40s, I think, for Dent, in my opinion. Not a financial person and all that stuff. Natasha Sakamoto, compounding is the 8th world wonder. Yeah, Albert Einstein. Yes, indeed. Peter van der Wright. Just got a winning ticket for... Oh, I need to check my tickets for Harmony. Right, did I get a ticket? I'm just going to check your lottery results. Congratulations, you've won. Excellent, I've got 3 tickets. So I've got 3 tickets in the Harmony. That's brilliant. So that's what, $1,000 worth? I understand. Excellente. That's brilliant. We'll just have a ticket claim history. Winning tickets. Amount deducted, so it's been deducted already. And 26 BNB. Brilliant, I'm dead chuffed with that. So I've got total tokens purchased 283,000. That's good, I'm chuffed with that. It would be brilliant if I could get more. Obviously, I would. If I could have gotten more, I would have kind of put a lot into this. But I'm pleased with that. 283,000. So lucky you reminded me of that and just forgot about it. So that was good, Peter. And Peter saying, well done, Steve. Yeah, well done to you as well for getting a ticket. That's brilliant. Yeah, so 283,000. So I'll see how much that goes up to. Or it could go down. We don't know. It might go down. We'll see what happens there. Okay, we'll look at XRP just now. And, I think that is going up. It started to move yesterday. We'll look at the dollar value first of all. Yeah, the dollar value is doing really well, 42 cents. So it's broken through kind of the 35 cent, just broke that resistance there, 36 cents it was resistance. Broke through that obviously because the Bitcoin price has gone up. I like to look at the BTC value as a better indicator. And we've got 4,891. So I called this morning just over 4,900 because the 4 hourly, if you look on the 4 hourly, it was crossing over on the 4 hourly. You can see that here, just hasn't it? It's just kissed the 50 EMA, or the 70 EMA is just kissing the 50 EMA. Not quite there yet, but another 4 hours, 8 hours, and it should be the crossover I was kind of looking for. But it's kind of come down since then, 4,880. But for dollar cost average again, I think this is a good one as well, just at these prices. I mean, it could be really good at these prices. So yeah, I think XRP is going to go up, and I think XRP, when it does go, you're going to get 100%, you're going to get 200% on it. Just exactly the same that happened back in September. And if you look at what happened just right before it, when it jumped up, nothing. There was no kind of indications to say, okay, this is going to go up. Apart from this kind of candle here, this is on the daily. We had a daily candle that jumped up from 4,327 to 5,330. Then it jumped all the way up and went up 200%. I think the same is going to happen again. We're going to go up, and I think it's going to be a bigger jump, and I think it's going to be a more sustained. It's not going to be, okay, we're going to come right back down again and just lose all the gains that we gained. I think it's going to go higher, and I think we are going to see an all-time high in Satoshi value. In Satoshi value, not just dollar value. I think in Satoshi value, you're going to see an all-time high. So right now, let's say around about 5,000, and if we say it's kind of 40 cents just now, I think we could go to $2 for XRP quite easily. I know that's not an all-time high for it, but in Satoshi value, it will be an all-time high. It'll surpass the all-time high, and it'll keep on going up from there, and it'll be more sustained. I don't think it'll be a pump and dump kind of thing as kind of happened previously. But that's my thoughts on XRP. Crypto Don Juan, what's the rise of the token at that price? Congrats, Stephen. What's the price of the token price? The token price was 92 BNB. I think it was, I can't remember how much it was in dollar value. Where is it? Exchange, Launchpad. We'll just get the dollar value for it. So the dollar value is 0.3 of a cent. So I'm just going to see. Star 283. So I've got it really for $900 and 283,000 for $900. Now, if we say this could easily go up, say 200% straight away, obviously we kind of know what that's going to be anyway. It's just going to be 2,700 nearly, so 2,500. So that would be okay. That would be a good return. But I think this could go higher because the market capitalization would only be about 10 million at this price just now, where it's just now 0.3 of a cent. If it goes up to 30 million. I expect this to go up to 50 to 60 million. So this could kind of 6x from where it is. So that's kind of what I'm expecting, but it might not happen that way. I can't guarantee that all IEOs are going to go up. So we need to wait and see. Honest Crypto Journey, XRP is at the point of golden cross on the daily. So on the daily, I'd seen that this morning on the news as well. Daily, and we'll look at the MA price, not the EMA. I like to work in EMA, but we'll look at the MA price. So I'd seen that and I didn't check it out. I wish I'd checked it out. So the golden cross, and I've got them correctly set up. So I've got the 50 and the 200. Now I don't see the golden cross. I'm looking at the wrong one. So with XRP on the daily, I'm looking at the 50 over the 200. And it's nowhere near the kind of golden cross. I'm looking at this Right, it'll be the golden cross on USD value. XRP USD. So that's what it'll be, right? And we'll look at Binance. There we go. So it's a golden cross on the USD value. Right, we had a golden. When did we have our last golden cross before? We've not had one there. We've not had one. So we'll go to XRP USD, and we'll go to Bitfinex. That's probably got a longer period. So the last time we had a golden cross on the dollar of XRP was on the 6th of December 2017, when it jumped up by 1,277%. I think that was the last time we had a golden cross. And nearly touched it here. Didn't quite get there. So yeah, we're coming up for the golden cross at 42 cents here just now. So another day and we'll have crossed over, or today is going to be really the crossover, unless kind of XRP comes shooting down from here. So yeah, looking extremely bullish on the USD for the golden cross. And I'm just going to go here and just get this, see if there's any indication. Now it's just gone sideways before for a long time, 16 cents. And then when it jumped, it blew up and went to $3.30. So I think this could do the same again. I'm thinking $2 at least for XRP on Satoshi value. So going on Satoshi value again to its all-time high, 22,000 Satoshi, that will take up to about $2, which is still a fantastic kind of ROI. It'd be brilliant if you kind of go into XRP just now, and it did go up that 400%, 500% to get to $2, and I think it will. I think it's going to blow big time. Been saying it for a while, but we still have to be patient. That's the only thing. Have to be really patient here. Natasha Sakamoto losing ticket, tears again. Oh, nightmare. XRP on the daily, the 50s is about to cross over golden cross on its crypto journey. Gone to XRP yesterday, 46955. I still think that's a good price to get in. Still think that's brilliant. I bet that ticket makes the chocolate taste funny anyway, Mervyn Skidmore. Right, if there's any questions you've got, any charts you want me to take a quick look at, we've still got another kind of 5-10 minutes. If you want to do that, that would be brilliant. We can have a look. We're just going back to Binance. Where is moving just now? So AST, RCN has gone up 18%. That's on the daily, just looking at 4 hourly. RCN crossing over on the 4 hourly, just to this 18% as well. It could go up more. I can't remember if it called RCN. No, it was RLC called, which is probably the worst one. Yeesh, man, where am I? There we are. RCN. EOS is still going up. Now, do you think EOS is going to go up by over 100% on the 1st of June? Are you going to sell the news? Or are you going to stay, depending what the news is? Be interesting to hear what the news is going to be on the 1st of June. On the 4 hourly, this is why I called EOS as well, because it crossed over on the 4 hourly. And I called it about 80,000 when it crossed over. And it works. It went up by 25%. So TA does not have to be difficult. ZEC is up as well. FundX 10 is coming down. So it's coming down there, 1.3 billion. It was 1.6 billion this morning to sell at 11 Satoshi. It's now 1.3 billion, so that means more people are buying. There's big orders coming through. Not that big, 4 million. No, I wouldn't say big orders coming through. but it's slow and steady. So hopefully it can go up today. As I said, if I've got kind of selling at 12, but that was just to keep an eye on things. So if that moves up quickly, I'll just cancel that sell order and just kind of keep an eye on it. Because I do expect that we'll have a little bit of a drop, but I think there's going to be a run up to the 4th of June, a sell off, then a big run up after that as well. Definitely 100%. In my eyes, and I don't want to be out of it. What else? Order is going up as well. It's taking a wee while to kind of load this. Ought to be interesting to see where that goes, because I've kind of called that in the group as well. No, it's just running really slow. I know there's problems this morning with Binance. There shouldn't be any problems now though. TRX has gone up. So that's crossed over at 354. It's been a long time coming for TRX fans, for Tron fans. Okay. Could you look at LTC? Please, Steve. Debbie Claydon. Yes, LTC I think is going to do extremely well as well. LTC BTC we'll look at, and then we'll look at the dollar value as well. So we're going to take off the EMA. I like to work on the EMA. Right, we're coming up for a daily crossover, which is really bullish. We're going to go into 4 hours. It's crossed over on the 4 hours already. We've seen that. It crossed over at 1.17 million Satoshi. So it's looking bullish there. It's looking bullish for the BTC or the Satoshi value. It's 1.3 million just now. We'll look at LTC USD at the moment. And we'll go on to Binance. $113 just now. So in the 4 hours, it doesn't look good on the dollar value one. It's coming down over the last kind of 3 candles have been red. So it looks as if it's coming down. So we go down further to the micro level and we're going down to the hourly. Now we crossed over on the hourly $88 and you'd have still been in if you just traded on the hourly chart alone. So what you do is you get in on the hourly and you kind of get out either on the hourly or the one before that, which would be the 15 minutes for me. I wouldn't do the 30 minutes or 45. So if it crossed over at $88, what would you have got out on the 15 minutes? So you would have got out, so it crossed over on $88 as we said, and you would have got out in the 15 minutes $114. So at the moment, short term is not a buy at the moment, but I think it's still good. It might bounce off the 50 EMA at $111 and then go back up. Fully expecting LTC to go up to $200. And I've been saying that. I said it was going to go to $100 when it was at $33, and everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people said you're off your head. But it did go up to $100, and I think it's going to go up to $200 as well. But I don't expect that to happen soon. Don't expect it to happen soon, but I do expect a run up when Bitcoin goes up to kind of 10,000, 11,000. I've been saying 11,000 for Bitcoin as well for ages. It now looks as if it is going to get there. It's just taking a wee bit slower than I imagined. But LTC will run up. Ethereum will run up as well, I believe. We'll just look at the Ethereum USD value. And Binance with 270 said that's going to go up to $300. I think it's nearly there. So I've just got a wee bit to go. It's going to take a push, little push, and then we're up to $300, and it's going to go on up to $500. So another 100% in dollar value, not necessarily BTC value. ONT, not looked at ONT for a while. I think that is going to do extremely well. So at the moment, crossed over on the hourly, just crossed over, 16,500 say. It did go up to 17,500, coming back down just now, but could be a bounce off the 50 EMA, which it looks as if it's doing. We'll look on the bigger macro scale, crossing over in 4 hourly just. So that to me would be a buy at the moment. Definitely be a buy at the moment, a really good buy at that, because you're coming off an all-time low. You've got support on the low, round about the 15,700 for ONT. Recent low, we'll just go into the daily, see what's happening there. So I kind of marked this before. You've got long-term support around about the 14,000 level. You've got recent support around about the 16,300 level. So I'd say that was really good support there. It's kind of bounced off that a couple of times before going back up. So at this point, I'd say Ontology is an extremely good buy just now at this price level. POA, another Mervyn buy, high, sell and panic. And POA, BTC, obviously that had a big run up as well before coming back down. Right, what you might find is going to bounce off the 7 EMA here. So at 480, well, it depends what price you bought in it. At 480, I think I think POA has got a long way to go. The POA network, I think this is only just a start, and people panic sold once it kind of jumped up though, because it jumped up what, about 70%. People panic sold, or were taking profits. They didn't panic sell. They're taking profits, quite rightly so, because you should. But I think now is a good buy-in price at 480. Because I think this has got a long way to go, and again, that's another kind of 100%er as well. So it's crossed over. We'll just look at the fib retracement, and I'll do it a wee bit differently. So it's coming down to the, so it could go down to 459. 460 would be the next retracement level, but I think it could go up from here. So round about between 450 and 480, 490 is your buying price, and I think you'll get a good short term 20-30% off it. Long term, much higher than that. Much higher. So I hope that helps, Mervyn. Hey Steve, how's Digibyte doing? We looked at that yesterday. I don't think it's doing so well. BTC value, obviously dollar value would be different. So BTC value might bounce off the 50 EMA here and then go back up, but you need to wait on confirmation of that, and that's on the 4 hourly. On the hourly, it looks like a sell, so short-term sell, but if you do DGB USD, I might paint a different picture. Yeah. So you're up to what, 1.5 cents at the moment. And so it could bounce. It has been up to 1.7 cents. Just look on the daily, see what's going to happen there. So all-time high, obviously much higher, 13 cents, 13.5 cents. So it's 1.5 cents just now. It's broken through previous resistance, so it could go higher from here. Obviously a bit profit taken, and since it's run up from 0.8 of a cent up to the 1.7 cents, so kind of doubled, more than doubled. So yeah, I think Digibyte long term is good. Short term, as in kind of day trading terms, it's not a good buy at the moment. MFT I think is going to do well. Called MFT just at the wrong time, and called it 46, 45. MFT, Binance. This is going to be another doubler, I think, an easy doubler, but I might have just a bit of patience. I called it 46 previously, or probably it might even be higher than that I called it. MFT, yeah, it was 46. But I think if you're patient enough, I think it's a quality project. I think it's got a good use case, got a good team, and Mainframe could double from here quite easily. Probably do it within a day as well. So it was in a kind of trading channel before, from 72 up to 100. Kind of broke down below that, but I thought it would kind of hit a bottom around about the kind of 46 level, but it seems it didn't hit that bottom. It might have a wee bit down to go, but I think at these levels, accumulating at these levels is going to be really good. So if you're a big fan of Mainframe, I think you're going to be really happy in a couple of months, within a couple of months' time. So if you're willing to hold for 8 to 12 weeks, I think you're going to get 100% ROI in that as well. Benton Taylor, go EOS, bring on June the 1st, massive party being assembled in the capital Washington on the day of world stage that will wake the masses. So yeah, it's interesting, a lot of people are kind of really hyping EOS up just now. So we need to wait and see what happens. El Nino, when to sell LTC stack. Obviously, it's good to take profits. Depends on how much profit you've got just now. It's always good to take profits off the top. I wouldn't hold on because it's gone high. Take some profits. You need to take profits. Anything I've learned in 2018, take some profits just now. Gary Stewart, this year is off to a much better start than last year, definitely. For all of us, I think. Mervyn Skidmore saying, thanks, Steve. My pleasure. El Nino saying, nice one, Deb. Debbie Claydon, 6th of August, LTC happening. Yes. So the halving is happening. Just like it is with Bitcoin in 2020, same happens with LTC as well. Donny John Matthew, morning, Steve. Late to the part, but wouldn't miss the stream. Excellent. Good to see you here, buddy. Okay, I think that is it. I'm going to just have another check on the BTC. USD chart. See where we are. 8,720. Still looking good for Bitcoin. Hopefully we get up to that 9,000 today, but hopefully it's just a slow and steady rise to the 9,000. Just have a look in the weekly chart. The weekly chart looks brilliant, and that's why I still think we're just going to go up to that 11,000 range. Yeah, I think we're going to, might even have to revise that, but I'm going to say 11,000 just now, because I said we'll get to 11,000 within a couple of weeks, and we're still on target for that happening. And you probably noticed as well in the whole kind of crypto space there's an air of positivity. There's no doom and gloom. I've not really seen anybody kind of talking about, oh, this is going to go down. We're going to go down to kind of 6,000 or 5,000 again. There's hardly anybody talking about that. So I don't know. The sentiment is totally different. Totally different. I don't feel any kind of doom and gloom at all. And I don't feel it in the market space. Just now, but you never know with Bitcoin. It could just drop just like that, and you never know. We're back into that scenario again, but just, I don't know, feels different. We said something was going to happen at the weekend. It did happen at the weekend. It jumped up $800, and that could be the start of something huge for altcoins as well as Bitcoin as well. Let's have a look on Binance. RCN still moving up. That might be even jumping in this price could be a good thing. EOS still moving up. PundiX has moved. Excellent. Right, so I'm going to cancel my order at 12. I think that's going to start moving, so I'm going to cancel that. So it just means I've bought it at 11. PundiX, and it means I can sell it at 11 if I need to get back out. I can sell them at 11 again. So I'll just keep an eye on this throughout the day. So PundiX is moving. It's broke through 11 Satoshi. It's never done that really since, well, the beginning of May. So it's never been above 11 Satoshi, but it's broke through that. And you can see it kind of knocked on the door loads of times, but it just didn't actually manage it. So it's managed to break through. So I would imagine you'll get a lot of sales at 11 Satoshi, but you're getting a lot of buys coming in. So this might be the break they were talking about. I'm glad I cancelled that order. So we need to wait and see. But the kind of fallback is that I've got in at 11, so I can sell at 11 again. If I see this coming down and it goes down to about 300 to 400 million to buy at 11 Satoshi, and this kind of figure to sell at 12 Satoshi is like 2 billion or something, then I'll probably sell it back at 11. So we need to wait and see. So that's good. PundiX has started moving already. What are your thoughts on loading up on 0x? Really like 0x as well. I think you could do... Oh. Where is it just now? Take a look at the Renko for this. I don't know if you've used a Renko before. I've kind of showed you this before. Not a lot of people use it. I do use it every time I'm kind of looking at a trade or making a call. Just look in the background as well. I wouldn't do it on the daily, I'd probably do it on the hourly. And the Heiken Ashi as well. So on the hourly it's crossed over, we're just looking at normal on the 4 hours. So in this kind of trading channel down the way, so I need to break out of that. It hasn't crossed over, and it crossed down on a 50 EMA at 7,500. So 50% drop from there. Crossed over to 4,000. It went up to 4,663 before coming back down. So 4 hourly is not a buy at the moment on the 4 hourly, but go down to the 2 hourly. It's not a buy there. And on the hourly, just crossing over on the hourly, but it tends to cross over and come back down again. So for accumulating, I think it's good to accumulate at these kind of prices for 0x. Because not a lot of people are talking about 0x just now. That's why I think it's in this kind of accumulation zone. We'll look at the volume. The volume is actually okay. Return on BPVR. So next level we're kind of looking at as a big buying is 4,286, which is not a great deal. Yep. And then the next one is 5,220. So yeah, I still think 0x is good. It's a good project. Natasha Sakamoto, thanks for the shout out. The tears yesterday were a bit of a comment. Of course there was a comment. I realised that as well. But I don't like to miss anybody in the chat, so I do apologise. James Oklahoma, how does QKC look short term? Still on at 830 QKC. Just look at QKC. Quad chain. Oh. So we've got a bottom round about 250. You go on at 800. Wishk. So round about here is where it fell. So this is on the hourly, the 4 hourly. So on the 4 hourly it fell at 987. It looked as if it was going to cross over at 834. It did cross over, turn that VPVR off. Oh no, that was okay there. It did cross over on the 4 hourly at 304. It did get up to 374, came back down, but it looks as if it's going to come back up again. James, short term, it doesn't look brilliant, but on the hourly, it's trying to get back up there. It's trying to get back up there. But I think what's going to happen if Bitcoin does go up again, James, up to kind of 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, it's going to stabilise it kind of all the way up, all the points up, and then you're going to get these coins kind of jumping up as well. Is it worth holding just now? And me personally, if I'd bought at 804 and I'd lost, what, 50, 60%, I'd lost 60%, would a hold as close to its low, or its all-time low, at 250 odds, I would hold. If I'm being honest, if it was me and I'd still held them just now, if I didn't get out at the 5-10% stop loss, I would hold, keep holding just now, because at some point it's going to jump up and it's going to kind of push up and it's going to kind of pop. It's going to pop, but I don't know when, you can't call it just now. At the moment it's a short term, it's not a short term kind of buy at the moment on any of the charts, but it's trying to move. It's trying to move. The next stage would be up at 336. To get up to that stage would be good. So we'll see. That's where all the kind of buying pressure is at the moment. So if it does fall below here, we could go back down to 250. But yeah, for me it would be a hold if I was still holding them just now, if I would be honest, James. Sold half my Pundy on Friday, bugging me the price starts going up. It's always the way, because Pundy is really frustrating. We've been in and out of Pundy for ages, but it's a really, really frustrating coin, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Benton Taylor, what goes up must come down. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching today. Really appreciate it. I'm going to do a short news, but I didn't do the news one yesterday because it's bank holiday, so So I was just taking a bit of a break. Took a half day yesterday because my boss, who's a dick, let me take a half day off. I'm the boss, by the way. That's it. That's it for today. I'm going to leave it there for today on that note. And I will see you. Just be careful trading, but I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones